Hey y'all, this is just one of my rants. Well, not really a rant. I'm just in the park thinking, releasing a lot of things, reflecting on things, reflecting on myself. Because I'm someone, I will go to my spiritualist and talk and stuff. But then I'll be putting myself in a victimizing place. One thing I want to say is I understand how you guys feel when you guys need answers. And I'm also understanding of how, lean not onto your own discernment, lean onto the Most High's. Yes, I'm aware of that 100%. Sometimes we want to take matters into our own hands, and it doesn't always turn out in our favor when we do that. So I was just sitting here thinking to myself of all the times where I refuse, in the past, of course, all the times where I refuse to just let things go. Let things be. I used to just fester so much anger and grudges. Now, am I still working on that? In terms of festering resentment? Yes, it does not last longer than it would normally. Oh my God, I've held it for years. Ooh. You gotta move out the way, boo. You gotta move out the way. We are definitely needed to be reminding ourselves that we're only just stunting our own growth when we have these particular blockages stuck within us energetically. And all energy is a need for us to transmute it. Now, that's something I was working on before I press play on this video. Releasing it, giving it back to the earth, letting the earth do whatever it wants and needs to do, letting the earth just take it all in, and it feels good. And this was for something minor too. And it also feels good to reflect on how much of a spoiled brat you can be. I was talking to my inner child and inner teen, like, hey, you still show up sometimes when things don't go our way and not go in our manner. And my adolescence and my current self now be not battling, but talking to my inner teen and inner child, like, dude, it's gonna be fine. Dude, we're gonna be okay. And that's when I regain more of the strength. That's when I regain more of the faith. Like, I regained more and more of it. Never lost it, but I just gained more and more of it. We as people have to really sit down and reflect on what it is that we are desiring and wanting to do, and the type of person we want to be. Not only first surrounding ourselves with that particular person, place, or thing or vibe, but it's also about becoming it and letting it flow. Like, I chose not to no longer be in survival mode, I would say like a year and a half ago. But have there been challenges that made me feel like I have to go back into that? Yes. Triggers, things like that? Yes. Now, do I choose to sit in that energy when those obstacles and challenges come about? No. I'm learning this about myself. I'm quicker to let things go more now, even when I'm not fully understanding of it, because I know with my discernment as well as my gifts, the answer will come to me, even if spirit may have told me it through somebody else, aka my spiritualist, or aka somebody talking to me and I'm having a conversation. Spirit knows how to get my attention and make it stick. We as people, we have to talk to ourselves all the time. And it starts with how we talk to ourselves in terms of whether we choose to be in survival mode or we choose to be in the thriving mode. Because I don't like to say soft, but thriving. Because when things are going well, you can let your hair down and all that stuff. But when things are going bad, you should also be able to let your hair down and all that stuff. So it's all about perspective, I guess. How you transmit that energy and how you look at it. Because some obstacles and challenges do require you to get into that mode, but we should not stay in it for long. We should not be in it for long. And we should choose to, even if we are in that mode or we are being forced to be in that mode, we should choose to go about it in a gracious manner rather than a soft manner, more grace, more compassionate, more kindness. You know, you're doing your best. I try to tell myself that. And I also remind myself, like, damn, you came a long way. You came a long way. Stop beating yourself up. Stop saying these things, or stop making yourself feel like that. If that's not you, rebuke it. Return it back to sender. Like, I'm very big on calling my energy back. I'm very big on calling my energy back and calling that optimistic side of me back. And it gets hard being positive all the damn time. Shit, I want to be Squidward at least twice a week. But sometimes that twice a week can end up into a week. Then that week can end up to 3 months. And then that 3 months can end up for 10 years. So 555 as I said that. So I choose to be more kinder to myself. Be more gracious to myself. As I show others grace all the time. And do I get it all the time back? No. But those that do give it to me, I love it and I appreciate them. And when I give it to myself, I love it and I appreciate myself. But I'm also someone who's very hard on herself. Like, I'm very reserved. You know, I get to my bag. I'm on my business. I do my creations and all that stuff. But I could be very hard on myself because I know what I'm capable of. But I also got to remember that this is God's journey just as much as it's mine. And although I know I may be capable of that, am I properly trained for it? Am I properly prepared for it? Capability is nothing if you don't have the tools, the blueprint, the attitude, the motivation, discipline, as well as the guidance to be capable of that skill, to have that. That's like saying going to a job and you're being hired for IT and you know you're capable of being an IT tech, but you may not have the full credentials or the job or whatever. And before you say that doesn't really matter, you could go to trade school. That may not be the best analogy. Ooh, you okay? Come here. But yeah, I was just basically telling myself I had to show myself more grace. I'm doing my best when it comes to a lot. Do I procrastinate? I used to. It's not as heavy and as bad as it was. Do I need to stop? Fuck yeah. Excuse me, YouTube. I pray a lot of things away from me because I know what my words are. I have a very powerful mouth, tongue. So I pray those things away from me, over me. And I ask God to just, fight my battles. The ones that I'm too damn weak to be battling and fighting. I'm too pretty to be fighting. Like, in the spiritual world too. Like, I am too pretty. Like, bitch, leave me alone. Nigga, leave me alone. But yes, I just wanted to say, show yourself more grace. Love on yourself more too. And the more you show yourself grace during your times, whatever you go through, whatever you don't go through, the better things do become. When we get on our journeys, God never tells us it's going to be easy. But He always promised us that it's going to be worth it. She always promised us that promised land is going to have everything our heart desires. So keep that in mind. So I say this to say is show yourself more grace. Release the things that you cannot control. Ask for guidance, discernment, wisdom, and knowledge for the things you can control. And God's timing is better than ours. Trust is a part of the process. Till we meet again, friends.